I am driving. It's a little bit of a rough drive this morning. I normally don't come on while I'm driving, but I had this thought pop into my head and I didn't want to lose the thought. I wanted to go ahead and share it with the people on this Wednesday morning, and especially since I did not grace you all on Tuesday like I normally do. Like, what? Dr. D is slipping. Dr. D is not slipping. You know, she is always working on something, always cooking up something, and this is go mode for me. What about you? But let's get to it. So I have conversations with all kinds of people, you know. Of course, for those who don't know me, I am, of course, Dr. DeShonda Turner, aka Dr. D, and I am an author, a prophet, or passion to profit coach, as well as I had somebody flashing behind me, y'all, but as well as a as a business growth strategist, and I help early stage solopreneurs grow their business without the hassle of the hustle, so they can build their business without burnout. And I wanted to come on here this morning just to kind of share kind of like an epiphany that I had based on several conversations that I've had with entrepreneurs and people who are looking to really scale their business. And so I was having a conversation with multiple people, and I would hear certain things like, you know, just trying to piece things together, or having, you know, fear to jump into something that they've never done before, understanding that, you know, perhaps their personal financial situation may keep them away from investing in, you know, maybe a program or education or even resources to get their business to the next level. And I certainly can relate, because I've been there. I've been in a situation where it's like, oh my gosh. And I just wanted to share with you, when I first started my business, I actually started back in 2013. So this is 10 years, but I haven't been going 10 years consecutively. All right. And you'll learn why I have all kind of different stories and experiences that I can share with you regarding that. But specifically, it's been because for so long, and really too long, I was kind of waddling in, moving slow, taking it step by step. There's a saying that, you know, you have to crawl before you walk. That's what I really want to deal with today. You have to crawl before you walk. And, you know, absolutely that is true. But let me just tell you a little bit about crawling before you walk, okay? You have to understand, just like babies do, that when you are growing, you're developing. Your body is developing. As it relates to business, your business is developing. And so as you develop, there is only a moment that you have to be at certain stages. So like babies, they crawl before they walk for the most part. But even babies understand that you can't crawl forever. And you can't crawl for too long. Honestly, because we're developing and growing. Just imagine yourself where you are today, like the age you are right now, where you are physically. What would that look like if we were still crawling, like physically crawling like we were when we were 8 months, 9 months old, 10? What would that look like? First of all, if you're like me, I don't have the knees to be crawling at this age. But my point is that there's a stage. And although sometimes you do have to crawl before you walk, you have to get to walking. And although sometimes you know, there's a time where you have to walk before you run, you yet still have to get to running. You can't be stuck at crawling and and walking, you have to progress, okay? And so I want to, there's a song, when I first started my business, I love the Mary Mary Go Get It song. Like, I played that song over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was my motivational song. But there is a part in there where they say this. They say, sometimes you have to crawl before you walk. Sometimes you have to walk before you run. But if you're gonna get what you never got to do something that you never done. Go get it. All right? If you heard that song, you know that verse I'm talking about. So that's why I do things like Take the Leap Challenge masterclasses. That's why I provide the services that I provide, because I want to help people do something that they've never done before and go get that huge, audacious goal and vision that they've seen in their head, because you can absolutely bring it into this reality. Okay, so I could go on and on and on, but let me just encourage you. For me, it was not until I did something I never done before. It was not until I took a chance on understanding the gifts that God had placed in me, and that I invested my time and my resources towards developing those gifts and moving towards my purpose and helping others do the same. And what I did at the moment, on the surface, it was extremely uncomfortable, and it even hurt just a little bit. Whew, all right. But I can tell you the growth that I have encountered and the ability to really do the things that was only just an imagination for me is now reality for me. And not only for me, guys, it's the reality for others, because I've been able to do what I only imagined to do and help others do the same. So just I challenge you today on this, what we call hump day, right? Midweek. Take a moment to really assess where you are and assess how long you've been there. Ask yourself, why? What is my why? I've mentioned this before from my financial coach. He says, if you are clear about the what, then the how will fall in place. And in my journey, I would like to share with you that sometimes that how doesn't mean that the how falls out of the sky, but what it means is that your actions, your decisions aligns with the what, because you're clear. When you know exactly where you're going, right? I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. If I know that I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama, which is my hometown, shout out, right? Then I know that I got to get on I-65 South. There are several highways that goes through Nashville, but I know clearly, however I have to get to it, I have to eventually get on to I-65 South. When you know the what in terms of where you're going, you would know exactly how to get there. Although there may be twists and turns and detours and, back roads, eventually where you need to be. And so you're going to move, okay, towards that destination. And so just think about, and I challenge you, especially those who have been in business for a little while, more than a year, I would even say, is assess where you are. Should you really be crawling, or should you really be running? Should you really be thriving versus where you are today? Now, as I always say, when you think of that and you be very, very honest with yourself, don't let that disappoint you or get you discouraged, but let it be your motivator to go ahead and move towards your goal. Go get it. Take the leap, okay? All right, you got to do something that you've never done to get the results that you've never gotten, period. All right. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'll talk to you very, very